Do you want to learn how to make a spooky build in Minecraft? If not, you should. So today, I'm going to show you how to build a house like this one. First off, think on what you want to build. It can be a concept or a solid structure. Then, with a vision in mind, lay out a block palette that you see fit with what you wanted to build. For me, I wanted very dark colors, so I laid out a bunch of dark blocks and chose the ones I liked the most. Then, I started building. Now pay attention to these wild gestures, contrasting with each other in their direction. In a style like Halloween or spooky things, don't be afraid to exaggerate things. As you can see here, I already have a spiral like the ones in the Nightmare Before Christmas. That style is very exaggerated, and for that matter, is very characteristic, very unique. So don't be afraid to exaggerate on your shapes, your roofs, and gestures. Now notice how noisy my texture is. There's no gradients, anything like that. And that's because I want this to have like a old feeling to it, like it's falling apart in some way, you know? And this helps sell that look, having a lot of different block colors and noise for its textures. Over here, for example, this black terracotta here is very different from the dark oak planks and the brown terracotta, and having that contrast, not too much contrast, but having that contrast between tones helps sell that old apart look because it looks more noisy. Same thing over here, the basalt texture by itself it's already noisy, as well as the deep slate coal ore, and this again helps sell that old look to it because like old buildings like this can be very scary and spooky, so that's the reason why I'm using a lot of blocks here. And things like signs and fences also help sell that look. They are like little details that are kind of part of the texture and the walls here. Note also again another wild gesture from this roof over here. Again, don't be afraid to exaggerate. I wouldn't do this normally, you know. You can have a little, like a very, very exaggerated jut out roof like this one, or maybe even a crooked chimney like this one, you know. It's kind of falling apart, and things like ropes and such, and like barricades and whatnot help sell that look again. Now, for some decorations that are essential to the Halloween theme, pumpkins and jack-o'-lanterns, tombstones, skulls and bones, dead trees and dead bushes, and cobwebs. Also, you may notice that I'm not using like real cobwebs here, the cobweb block like this one, and that's because the cobweb is too bright for this build. I wanted very dark colors, as I said in the start of the video, so I chose the glass here for my cobwebs. You know, and it's kind of transparent and a little bit whitish because it's somewhat gray, you know, so I think it works very well for a cobweb. So I sprinkled up in some places here, in some corners. I connected to the trees and such, and that's one of the things with the glass that I can do with cobwebs. Well, you can do it, but it doesn't look as good. You know, you can connect things. So over here, for example, I have this cobweb connecting to the tree trunk here in the rooftop, or the roof bottom here. And it connects very nicely. It's very organic. The glass itself is very organic, and then I connected to the ground here to look like more of the strings of the web. I also did that here to the chimney and in other places. But, you know, you don't need to use this. You can use cobwebs. I think the texture of the cobwebs, even though it's too bright, it can work very well. It's easy to convey what you want, and here's not so understandable, but you can do whatever you want, of course. Also, a very interesting detail of this one is that the windows, they are like simulating lit windows that you see from outside. So I have honey here, and I also have, let me just give this to me, light. I also have light blocks over here. So I put light blocks back there in the window, and then I put honey, because honey has a very orange tone and it's transparent, so it lets light through. And then I have a very nice lit window effect. And look at that. Amazing. Also, if you want to see these details here closer, I will leave a link to download this map down below in the description. And would you believe it? That's all there is to it. You know, so little things, but when combined together or well put together, you can make something amazing as this one. And yeah, that's it. So I hope you have a fantastic Halloween. If you like this video, consider subscribing and leaving a like. It's free and you can always unsubscribe. And farewell.